Hi, this is ASP.NET Core MVC Learn and Practice course. Today in this lesson, I will continue to learn how to work with create, read, update, and delete operation by using store procedure. This one is the part 2. We will learn how to create the data model in Visual Studio, and then we learn how to create the data asset layer to manage the connection between the SQL server and Visual Studio shortcode. Okay, let's get started.
So now I will create user class, the model in model folder. Right click on this one and select the add a class. So here I will name it a student. Enter. Make this one smaller. For student, I will create some the property for it. I will have public integer ID that says, okay, copy this string. It should be string in name, gender, class, address, and node. And then we should build the project because we have to create a new model. So we need to build it in order to use this model. Build solution. Success. We can close this one. For this one, okay, you can do some remove all source. Close this one. I will create some database context to connect the database with SQL server. Add new folder. I will name it contact. Okay. So in the contact, I will create a new class. And then I will name it this one will be the data access layer to work with the database. First, .NET Core MVC CRUD DAL data access layer. I will create some connection to the database. I will have some string connection string equal. I will have the data source. It will be equal. You have to provide the SQL server name and copy the server name. Integer catalog should be equal to the database name. Database name here is myfolder.net. Okay. Integrated security equal SSPI user ID equal the SA and password equal 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. If you are using another account, so you should input it user ID here and the password here as well. And then I will create some other property and method here to work with each function. We have the get student, create new student, delete, update, and get student by ID. So we have to manage it on in this file. The first one, we are going to get on student. I get a list of students, so I will use the enumerable student. In order to use student, we need to import it here using my first model here student, and I will have get on student. Okay, so here in this one, I will create some the variable. So I will have a then let it will be new lit student. Using SQL. Okay, so here I will be using some the using. Okay, now let me remember the first one. It will be SQL connection con equal new SQL connection. I will provide connection string. Okay, and then we add some reference for the SQL Server connection. Just click on this one, arrow message. It is in arrow, so click on this one, and we click on the install package system.data.sql client. Find and install latest version from newest. Okay, hang on some second. It will find and install it for our project. Okay, it has been already installed, and it will also add some the reference for the namespace into our project here. Good. I will be using the SQL command. It will be cmd equal new SQL command. Okay. And here I have to provide the store processor name. Copy it. It will be get all student. Copy the name here. Okay. I have a cmd dot command type. It will be equal. Okay, so I will need to reference another one using system dot data dot command type. Data. Okay, I will have a system data command type dot stop procedure. Okay, connection string dot open. Sorry. In order to work with the database, we need to open the connection first. Reader. I will have a dir equals cmd dot sq reader. I will have some while looping here. Dir dot read. Student. Let me use student. Okay, I will add some values student into this class. Those ID. I will need to convert it to integer 3, 4. I will have the dir provide the name of the ID dot to string. Okay, and do same thing with student dot name. It will be equal dir name dot convert it to string. Copy this one and we clone it for another one. We have name is second is gender, and we have a name, gender, class, address, and node gender, class, address, and node. Okay, name, gender, class, address, node. Okay, and then we need as on the student list dot add the student here. We need to run through all of the student and add it into the student listing. Okay, and when everything is done, we need to close the connection. Close here. because if you don't close the connection, so the memory of the server database will be increased. So after you are using the server resources, you need to free it when don't using. So here I will return the student list. Return student list. Make it smaller, easier for take a look into the whole code here. So here we have that finished creating new the shortcode for get all student. I will do some comment here. It have to get the student. I will create new. So for create new the student, I will create some another methods. Public void. I use a void because when create new student, I don't have any return result from the server. Create student. I will have a student. Okay. Create new student. I will using SQL connection con equal new connection. Sorry. SQL connection string. SQL command cmd equal. Okay, I need to provide the start procedure for create new student. It will be create a new student here. Copy the name, paste it here. So here I will have cmd does command type. It will be equal the command type dot start procedure. cmd dot parameter dot add with value. I will provide a value for some parameter. I have a name and we have a student name. Clone this one for another one. We have for name, for gender, class, address, and node. Name, gender, class, address, node. Address node. So and then we open the connection string, open connect to database, and we execute the query, execute non query, and then close the connection. Okay, very easy, right? Keep in mind that when you open and after that you do the execution for the query, and then you need to close it. Next step, we are going to create new the methods for update student. For update student, it will be likely the same thing when create new. So I will copy this method. I will have a update student gender store name. I will paste it here. I will need to provide one more parameter for the ID. Save it. And keep everything the same we did in the create new student. So now the next step, I will have the delete student. So here I will have the option delete. It should be the same when we copy this one. Okay, just copy and we update it later. Delete student. So here for the delete student, I will provide the only ID using connection string. Okay, sequence reverse. Okay, keep this one, and we only need to provide the ID for this ID. I will have the ID here. Okay, save it up. Update student. This should be changed to delete student. Okay. And then the last one is will be the option for get student by ID. Okay. I will have the option here. I will copy. So here, copy this one. When working with the MVC core without using the entity framework, so we have to do a lot of things. So here I will have a get student by ID. We have a student equal new student. Using I will have a get student by ID stop procedure. ID, okay, open. And when we open, so instead of using execute non query, we have to use another one. We open, we have a SQL data reader. Dia equal new. No. It will be cmd.execute reader. While looping dia.read. Okay. So here we add some the value into the student. We have a student.id equal convert. We can copy it from the get on student. No need to tie it again. And then we need to close out the connection. The next one we need to return the student. And then we need to change the void to student. Because here we need the system will be returned student object for me, so we need to change it to from void to student. Okay, so here we have finished creating a data asset layer for our project. We can remove some redundant. Save it up. And then I will build it this one. Let's review the shortcode. I have some 3 dots underneath of new. So that means there are some suggestions. The same thing here. Read only. Update it based on the suggestion. Okay. Save it.
Okay, so we should have some time for break, and then we will continue learning in the next lesson. Thank you.